Boom shakalaka, as Bitcoin price crashes down to support levels we were talking about last week. Today's video, we're going to take a look at a shocking chart similarity that suggests the bottom may already be in, plus a bunch of other charts saying that right now is the best buying opportunity you will ever see. You'll definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're talking about Bitcoin price crashing down to support levels we've been talking about for the past week, plus some very interesting chart similarities, and why right now could be the best opportunity to get Bitcoin at a discount. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, come join us over on Twitter at @TheCryptoLove. Push the like button, and let's get started. Today, Extreme Fear 24 up from 22 yesterday and 20 last week, so it seems like people are getting progressively less fearful. However, the market today down almost 3%. Bitcoin at 19,049, Ethereum at 12,476, BNB at 270, XRP 48 cents, Cardano 39 cents, Solana $31, and Dogecoin at 5 cents. And in yesterday's video, if you notice, we were talking about a big Bitcoin move coming after the volatility index was coming, but we'll be talking about that shortly. Right now, Bitcoin price hovering at levels, support levels we were talking about, one from this gentle uptrend we've had since roughly the end of September. The second, this green line, 280 weekly moving average, has been pretty good support for Bitcoin. If we can get a bounce here, this will be really good because Bitcoin has broken through a year-long resistance. And if this resistance becomes support, well, that could be a very nice trend change indicator for Bitcoin. Like I was saying, yesterday's video, we were talking about the Bitcoin historical volatility index. Every time it crossed this 25 number, well, we had a huge move, down 50%, up 240%, up 35%. Who knows what's going to happen this time? There is going to be a big move. Is this move that we saw yesterday the big move? No, I think it's just a hint of something to come. Now, price could go down. Some people are suggesting as low as $12,500. Bitcoin price has never fallen below this green line. This is the realized price of wallets with 10 to 100 Bitcoin balance. And as you can see, back in 2011, in 2015, in 2018, 2019, and also in 2021, Bitcoin pretty much touched this line right now at $12,500. And right now, everybody is betting on the markets going down. The puts keep stacking. Aggregated puts on the S&P 500 relative to calls has now made a record high since 2013. The most people since 2013 think the market is going to crash, going to go lower. As a matter of fact, alarming patterns on the S&P 500. If we see here on a monthly chart, bearish pattern occurring in 2001 and 2008 crisis. There was Bollinger Band squeeze, rejection from the Bollinger Band center line, and then closed below the lower band while the RSI was below 50. All these things happened, and then the price fell down significantly. Happened in 2001, happened in 2008. Guess what? Just happening again now. This could suggest pretty bad things for this crisis in the near future. However, Bitcoin still battling with its average cost basis. The confirmation break above gets the price acceleration started. Until then, it's in accumulation mode. So right now might be the time to accumulate Bitcoin. As a matter of fact, a lot of charts are saying this right now. According to Bitcoin's on-chain cost basis, we might have entered the accumulation period. Now, this is when the short-term realized price dips below the long-term holder realized price. How long will it last? Who knows? So far, it's been 15 days. In 2019, it was 145 days. Before that, 334 days. Before that, 239 days. How long? I don't know. All of them been more than 100. Will we see that long this time? Quite possibly. If we take a look at another cross that suggests the bottoms, the proof of work pricing model and the delta price, when they have crossed previously the delta price below the proof of work price, well, those have indicated bottoms previously. We have that happening pretty close in the near future once again. Hasn't happened yet. But if you notice, each of those times, Bitcoin price actually dipped down and touched the proof of work pricing model. Touched the proof of work pricing model at the cross. Well, at the next cross, could it touch that model, which is right now $12,082, very similar to that $12,500 price that we were talking about earlier. Also, if we take a look at the liveliness cost basis, this is a short-term holder versus long-term holder liveliness cost basis. This one already crossed. Now, if we take the distance of the second one or the first one to see how long we might have to go, could be about a year until we see really prices start ticking back up. But this one right here, whenever Bitcoin and the AHR 999 drops to the red area, as you can see right down here, it signals the maximum long-term opportunity for buying. Each of those times were the best possible times that you could buy. Right now, suggesting the best possible time you could buy. Because if we take a look at Bitcoin and the Kelter channels, when Bitcoin falls out of the Kelter channels, the bottom was in every time. It happened in 2018, it happened in 2020, and we just had a fall out in 2022 when we had that bottom at $17,000. So far, we have not seen a bottom below that, which brings us to this very shocking chart. I was just messing around with the charts today, and I was just playing because everybody assumes that one of these two peaks, like either the peak in November or the peak in April, was actually the top. But we all know that we got wicked off. And what happens when we get wicked off is that people who are smarter with money buy a bunch of the asset at lower prices. And then when it gets up to this level, where normally if they weren't wicking us off, the price would continue going, when it gets up to this level, they buy massive amounts of shorts and then offload all of their Bitcoin that they have, which causes the price to tumble. And then they buy back in and do it once again before the market tumbles. But a wick off, actually, if we didn't get wicked off, we would have a blow off top, which would do, what this green bar pattern here is doing right here. Now, if we take the top from 2017, when we had a blow off top, we did not have a wick off back then. When we had a blow off top back then, to the bottom, and then a little bit afterwards when we see the market start ticking back up, and just overlay that with where we were, well, that lines up almost perfectly, almost exactly where the top would have been had we have not gotten wicked off. Guess what? Fell down one to the bottom of that bar right there in August, and then it bounced, and guess what? Ever since about October of last year, almost a year ago, it has been following point for point with the 2017 crash. Look at this. Identically, the bars lie right on top of each other. If you don't believe this, I can just hover over the bars. You can see the bars are right on top of each other right here, and then fall down right on top of each other. And then they pretty much go sideways together. We had our crash starting about a month before the one started in 2017, but they both crashed to roughly the same levels. The 2017 crash goes down to around 22,000. So far, we're at 19, well, between 17 and 20,000. And then they actually start going back up together, and you can see there's a continuation. But ever since the price started dropping again in August, we've had a little bit of a divergence in the prices here. These could eventually catch up. We may just have a double bottom forming here before the prices take off. But either way, whether we have had a repeat of 2017, whether the bottom is in or whether it is not in, nobody really knows. But I was just messing around with this and found this absolutely shocking how this matches up perfectly, especially from October all the way down through January. It matches up bar for bar. Like, that's uncanny how much it matches up. And then having the drop happening within a month of each other, that's pretty darn uncanny as well as stopping at pretty much the exact same time. Again, uncanny, uncanny, uncanny. It might be coincidence, but it may be something worth contemplating. So that's all for today's video. If you did enjoy it, push the like button. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you. Peace.
If you don't think Bitcoin's going to $1 million a coin and then $10 million a coin, you're already a loser.